So the essential is just backing up for a second that you need to know about using any type of AI. I've just listed out a few. You don't need to know everything about how it works. You're not, unless you're a developer who's working on AI interfaces and special tools, you don't need all of that. What you need to know is that it is a conversational tool. There are various models of AI, like machine learning and stuff, but this is conversational, what they call natural language processing. And GPT, when it comes to the chat GPT, that's just one model that comes from OpenAI. There are some others from Anthropic called Claude that you may have heard of. There's Google's Bard that I'm sure you've heard of. And there's more coming out all the time, but they all tend to be built on the same type of technology. And that learns from previous conversations. So it has existing data, it's pre-trained on all this existing data, and then it learns from previous conversations of yours and others. So that's why when you're using any of these, you have to be very careful not to share any private information, because unless you have some settings turned off where you're using a private API of some sort, it could use that for other people's conversations, other people's chats. Now, this isn't about plagiarism. I know a lot of people are afraid that their content is going to get plagiarized or they're going to get stuff that's copied. That's not the way it works. What it does is it looks at existing data and then it predicts new words. It analyzes it and predicts. So it's not copying, but things might sound the same. So hopefully that's not too techy, but basically you have to remember not to put private information in. Every time you ask the question, it will create a different answer, even with the exact same question or prompt. That's because it's generating stuff and predicting. And that can be a little frustrating actually at times, especially when you're doing something like an image or you want to keep what was written before. It just doesn't do that. And you'll see when I show you examples. The other problem with it predicting is that it will hallucinate. If you haven't heard that word before, what that means is it will make things up. It wants to create an answer for you, and it will just pull in various things from existing data and make something up. So it's not accurate, even when it's accessing the web. So you could try it out with asking it to look up something on the web for research, but you have to check absolutely everything because the URL may not be right. It may be summarizing something that doesn't even exist. You could even give it a page to summarize and it could summarize it wrong. Now, that will likely get better over time, but the nature of the technology itself, the fact that it's predicting and generating, leaves that accuracy part a problem that they're still working on improving. And it's only as good as what you tell it. So that's why we're going to be focusing a lot on the prompts today, because it's garbage in, garbage out. How you structure your prompts, what you ask it is going to determine what you get. All right. So those are the essentials that you need to remember.